Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the In Between the Stitches podcast. I'm your host, Brady Wilson. Finally back with my co-host, Chase Olschwinger.
Only been a week, not finally.
But
Finally, I know you miss me. I know you miss me.
2 weeks since you've been in studio.
You're right.
So
You're right. You miss me.
It gets lonely when I'm here alone.
No, but it's nice to be back. Had a nice time in Denver, but we're back here ready to talk some sports.
Yes, and we'll start with why I'm wearing the jersey today, or actually I should call it the sweater, because Stars open up their play today against Winnipeg in Winnipeg. The team that they dispatched in the second round in 6 games. It got dicey there in that series because, we weren't sure if it goes 7, it's Hellebuck, it's game 7, it's in Winnipeg. Let's just finish them now in game 6, and we did, and then we lost to Edmonton. But new season, I'm excited. Normally I try to wear, maybe a little bit nicer of a shirt, but today I wanted to go with the jersey, or the sweater, sorry. I know that they're actually called something different, so I have to remember that. But hopefully, look, I don't want to say it's cup or bust this season for the Stars because I don't like operating in, well, if they don't win, then it's not, because it's not over. Your window is still firmly open the next 3-4 seasons, but you can't keep getting close because eventually you just can't keep. You have to eventually break through that wall.
Got to get over the hump.
And I think they're hoping that new coach Glenn Gulutzan can. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And not even really new. He was our head coach, had some things happen there, but he's back. And from all reports, training camp has gone great. Preseason went great. Everyone is very excited for the opener. I think they open up the home opener is sometime next week against the Wild.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure when, but super excited for this season. The Stars are kind of everyone's pick to win the Cup. There's.
It's kind of surprising to me because I feel like they got a little worse in the offseason just with the players that they lost. I know they had to get rid of some guys, and I'm happy they did. But like Granlund, for example, that's a guy I didn't want them to lose.
Dadonov.
They're still a great team. Don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of shocked that everybody's kind of picking them as it's their year. Like they've been so close the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
They have to get over the hump this year, and everybody's putting them at 1, which I love. I love that my team is having this much hype going into the season. But I don't know. But I hope I'm wrong. I'm looking forward to the season as well, though.
Yeah, it's kind of us, Edmonton. Look, Florida before the season lost their captain Alexander Barkov, mostly for the season. If they make a deep playoff run, he can make it back. But they're still a stacked roster, and so I'm hesitant to say that we're the best team in hockey, but I think we're top 4. We're definitely top 5. If you were looking at the 5 best teams in hockey, you're probably gonna say it's Florida, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Dallas, and then pick your 5th. I might go Colorado, but those are kind of. It's funny because they're all out west. However, the best team is still in the East, so it's a gauntlet to win the West, and then we just can't seem to beat those guys out east down in Florida, who are looking for a three-peat after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup titles. So I'm excited. I don't want to say Stanley Cup or bust, but I do think that they have been one of the more popular picks to win it. Obviously, Mikko Rantanen, Jason Robertson, Miro, Rope. I was blanking, thank you. But I think what they're hoping for is that Wyatt Johnston, Maverick Bourque, and Thomas Harley can kind of emerge from their potential and actually start to not that Harley and Johnson haven't been great, but people are treating them as budding superstars. They need to keep progressing towards that. Bourque was kind of up and down last year. Hopefully he's a little more consistent. We obviously know that he's a very, very good hockey player. And then, I think that they're obviously hoping that Ben and Sagan can still be great, and I think they're hoping for less injuries.
And you're running it back with Ottinger and DeSmith.
And yeah,
so
right.
You want to see as good as Ottinger was last year, and DeSmith wasn't. He was very serviceable himself. You're still looking for improvements there in goal, because that is a big reason a lot of teams have success is that they have top of the line goalkeeping. And as good as Ottinger has been, he has not been there, and that. And getting him there will get this team over the hump.
Yeah. Again, I just will. So now we can start talking about Stars games starting next week. And then we go to Colorado after this, which is scary. I don't like that. I don't like having to face both these teams on the road.
Get it out of the way over. Get it over with. Get over with quickly.
So you face everyone in your division 3 times, I believe. So this is the first of 3 against Winnipeg, and the
How
first.
do they split the home versus on the road?
I think you.
matchups?
I think you alternate.
So it's going to be 2 in Colorado and 1 in Dallas this year when we play them.
I think I'm not sure. I could see them go because there's multiple ways I could see logically. You could go with whoever had the better record last year only gets the 1 home game. You can go with I think, or you can go with whoever won this. I think a more interesting one is whoever won the series last year gets the home field advantage, gets the home ice. I don't know how that's calculated. Wish I did, but I don't. So again, we'll wait and see. But start of the season for the Stars, super exciting. The Mavs, their season is coming up. Fire Nico. We are not paid for that, but we should. Fire Nico.
It's funny. Every time I walk around with this shirt on, I always get smiles and people just saying, "Nice shirt." It's nice.
Yeah, because everyone. And I like the dichotomy of what we're wearing. I'm wearing the sweater of a player that was a superstar that we traded for, not out of the blue, but somewhat unexpectedly. Didn't give up a ton. I love Stank, but didn't give up a ton to get him. And showing the competence of this GM, and then Chase is wearing the incompetence of another GM. I wish we had another friend to wear like Fire Jerry or Die Jerry. I don't know, not that. But,
no.
Jerry go away, whatever. Like something against Jerry Jones. And then
hire a GM.
Yeah,
How about
and then I don't know what you'd wear for the Rangers because you did win a World Series. You just
sign free agents.
You haven't been great.
Spend money. Spend more money.
You haven't been great the last 2 seasons. Anyway, Mavericks still in preseason, but they start here in a couple weeks. Chase, I mean, what's your outlook for the season? Yeah. I mean, after trading away your superstar and then you luck into another superstar,
Hopefully.
Totally not, some fishy business going on there. But what's the how should a Mavs fan feel going into this season?
Yeah, look, I mean, if you told me, let's see, how many months ago was it? 4 months ago when we won the lottery? If you told me 5 months ago that I'd be this optimistic going into the season, I'd call you crazy because there was no hope for anything once Luka was traded. There's no future. There's no present. There's nothing. But like you said, they lucked in. However you want to look at it, they lucked into the number 1 pick, and the team looks good. And obviously, Kyrie's gonna be out for the first half of the season, so they have to, D'Angelo Russell.
But I've always liked him too.
Yeah, remember he was a 2nd overall pick. I mean, back in 2016.
9 years ago, yeah.
Or 2015.
10 years
right?
ago.
2016, 2015. One of the two. But no, he's a very serviceable point guard, and when Kyrie comes back, he's your backup point guard, and he's better than 20 other teams' backup point guard.
Who was your backup point guard last year?
Who was it last year? Well, the Mavs never really had one because they would always have one of Luka or Kyrie on the floor at all times.
They had to handle the ball.
Like they'd start together, and then Kyrie would come out. Luka would finish the quarter. Then Luka would start off on the bench the second quarter, but Kyrie would come back in. So they never really had like that. I mean, I guess there's Brandon Williams, Hardy, Exum. There's a couple guys, but they never really relied on anybody else because one of those 2 guys was always going to be on the floor at any time.
And then neither of them are on the floor now. So,
but no, I'm really excited for this season. Obviously with Cooper Flagg, and the potential that he has is up. The ceiling is LeBron. It's crazy to say that, but it is. The ceiling is LeBron when it comes to just overall body and skill set. He can do everything. He's elite at everything. There's only one other guy who's been elite at everything in that, or I guess you can say 2 guys, in Jordan and LeBron. But LeBron,
say if you don't include Jordan, how many defensive player of the year?
No, I'm talking about. But I was also referring to his passing and shooting, and LeBron's a better passer and shooter than Jordan. But no, of course Jordan was still great. But no, I mean LeBron is obviously the most gifted basketball player of all time. There's no questioning that, just from size, strength, and just overall ability. But
Shaq has an argument there.
Yeah, he's definitely the most dominant player of all time.
I would say Shaq had the best prime, potentially. I mean, come on now.
No, it's not a hot take. No, yeah. I mean,
there was no answer for Shaq.
You cannot stop Shaq, but you could foul him and force him to go to the free throw line. That's what you could do.
That was literally all you could do, though. The only way to beat him was just to smack him.
Right, but no, I mean, LeBron. I think everybody can agree that he's just the most gifted athlete of all time. Honestly, athlete of all time.
I could make some cases for a couple others.
Sure, I'm sure you can, but I feel like you say, who's the most gifted athlete of all time? I think a lot of people are going to say LeBron. A majority of people are going to say LeBron.
I mean, okay, my answer is not rooted in what he did; it's what he could have done. And maybe I'm falling victim to the tall tales, but Bo Jackson. The guy could have probably been pro in how many different sports? I mean, the stories that, and obviously the stories that are real, like the one where I think he was in high school and had never played tennis before, and like the captain of the tennis team was like, "Let me play you," and he kicked the crap out of him. So it's like, and that's not one of those that's like been fudged. That's been like confirmed. He really did this. I am always going to believe he's probably the greatest, pure, like built in a lab athlete ever. But
but people always say LeBron would be the greatest tight end in the history of football. That's always the argument with LeBron. If LeBron played football, there's a 6'9", 260 all-muscle tight end.
LeBron would have whined about getting hit or he's getting cut or he's getting whatever.
No, but besides the point, going back, a little tangent there, I'm super excited for Cooper Flagg and the potential that he has and the potential he brings to this team. And, he's one of the most NBA-ready rookies of all time. And he's surrounded already by veterans and Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis. So he has all this advice that he's going to be getting, and with a head coach in Jason Kidd. So everybody on this team, has finals experience. Well, at least 13 out of the 15 returning guys have finals experience, one from a year ago. And then with all the future Hall of Famers and veterans that they have on this team to give him all the insight they need, that he can get. And the team's good. I mean, they played the practice squad Thunder team the other night, but they looked really good. And Flagg looked really good, and he looked comfortable. He was taking initiative on offensive possessions with Anthony Davis right next to him. I mean, this dude's 18 years old, and he's calling off Anthony Davis so he could take his man one-on-one.
He's only 18.
He's 18. He turns 19 in December. So,
how many years did you play in college?
1.
You can do that in the NBA?
Mm-hmm. He went to Duke, and that was it. He reclassified.
Interesting. I
but
didn't know you could do that in the
no,
NBA. I thought it was like the NFL.
He committed to Duke, won the National Player of the Year, number 1 pick, Dallas Maverick.
Well,
but nonetheless, it's exciting.
I always thought it was like the NFL where you had to play. You could be like a redshirt sophomore and declare, but you had to like been there 3 years, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, at least with Flagg, I always thought it was you had to play at least 2 years, but no, Flagg was there for 1.
Does the NBA still allow you to draft guys out of high school?
No.
Dang. Sad that would be because like LeBron wouldn't be drafted in today's world. He'd go undrafted.
But it's exciting, and obviously it still sucks that Luka's not here, and it was his first media day, not with the Mavs. And that's always, it's always going to hurt. And every time he comes back, he's always going to get a big crowd, or, big cheers and all the love in the world. And that's not going to change. But you do have to focus, as a Mavs fan, you have to focus on this team. And unfortunately, you're going to have to go up against Luka to get where you want to go. And it's going to suck.
Oh, God. Could
whether
you imagine
knock him out of the playoffs or he knocks you out of the playoffs, it's going to happen.
Like the Western Conference Finals, and it's us and them.
Yeah,
I'd cry.
I would not be mad if the Lakers won, because at least Luka's going on for a chance to win the finals. But it's going to be hard to root against him in certain situations. Obviously, the regular season, kill us. What he did last year was awesome. 45 points in front of Nico's face. That was great.
But defense wins championships. Remember, just remember.
But no, it's exciting, and I'm really looking forward to the season. Shockingly enough, I think every Mavs fan should be looking forward to the season because they have a future again, and we will see what happens. But
even as cynical as I am, and I've probably been one of the more cynical, it's hard to not get excited because it's hard not to see a team that can go win a final. I'm torn because like with the Cowboys,
you don't want Nico to win a championship. Of course,
with the Cowboys, I really don't want Jerry to win another one, but he's already won 5. Like if he wins another one, okay,
5?
sure, 3, whatever. Sorry, he's already won 3. Thank you. I don't really want him, but.
No, look, I love Jerry. I really do. I know we'll get into this later, but like, Jerry's just funny. Like, yeah, he's really holding this team back with his general managers. But I love Jerry as an owner. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who's discrediting his ownership. I mean, he is the best owner in all of sports. There's no question about that.
Not when it comes to your team winning.
I wish he'd hire a general manager, but I love him as our owner. And
back to my point.
I'm torn.
With Jerry, It's funny because I think he thinks that everyone would give him the credit if we won one. No, we're all going to give it to like the coaches, the players, and then probably Will McClay. Like Jerry is. I guarantee you the narrative would be they won in spite of Jerry being the general manager. But I wouldn't be like, Jerry doesn't deserve this. No. However, if we won for the first 5 minutes, I'd be the happiest person in the world. And then afterwards, I'd be like, crap. That moron just won he just lucked into a finals appearance, unless Silver did give him the little wink, trade Luka for us and we'll give you the number 1 overall pick. He lucked.
No, if we go to the finals and win, he already got bailed out once.
I think what's funny is like if it ever came out that that was tampered, just pretend with me here that it was tampered. People would still be like, okay, so Nico tampered to get the number 1 overall pick, or you're an idiot that got lucky. Like both scenarios, Nico does not come out winning. But I think I could argue that it would actually be better for his image if it came out that he agreed with Adam Silver. I will trade Luka to the Lakers if you let me have the number 1 overall pick. I think people would be like, you know what? Luka for AD, a first-round pick, Max Christie, who we're forgetting about.
Yeah, no, Christie's great. Yeah,
and Cooper Flagg. That's not a bad trade, Nico. That's not a terrible trade on its surface, right?
Like if you told me right now if I could trade Cooper Flagg and AD for Luka, my heart tells me yes because I want Luka back. But it would be like,
no.
Wow, I really have to give up AD and Flagg for Luka. I mean, I don't know if I can do that as a smart, but obviously, I would. But
hoping that we win and lose at the same time is weird because I want to win because I want my team to win. I want to see all my teams be victorious, but I really don't want, and not just Nico. It's not just Nico. I really don't want Dumont to win anything because he doesn't deserve it. Mark Cuban deserved everything.
Yes.
This idiot doesn't deserve anything. They don't even deserve Cooper Flagg. That was a gift from either the basketball gods or Adam Silver, whichever one you're.
We as Mavs fans deserve Cooper Flagg.
We deserve it, but they don't deserve it.
Yes.
So it's one of those. I wish that Silver could just come in and say, "Okay, we're gonna kick you guys out." Or whatever.
I'd love Dumont though. If we're in the number 1 seed in the West and we go to the finals and we just fire him right there.
I still think it's funny that a fan walked up to Nico at a restaurant.
Oh my gosh! Look, that's not classy.
And was like, "You're an idiot. I hate." He was and you could just see Nico.
You can't use all the language that he said.
Nico was just like, this again. On one hand, that's despicable. The man is
eating dinner.
He's eating dinner, probably with his family, just trying to enjoy his time. And you spot him walk over, whip out the camera to post on social media, and you're gonna publicly berate him. You see the grin. On the other hand, I think I could argue. Now, if an athlete drops a pass or misses a shot, and you do that to him, that's again, I think we've had this discussion. Athletes don't wake up. Okay, most athletes. Anthony Rendon might be an exception. Most athletes don't wake up and go, how can I screw up today? Right? How can I piss off the entire... they're trying their best. Right? They want to be good. With Jock Peterson. He's not trying to suck. Sometimes I feel like Rangers fans would act like he's trying to be bad. He's not... He wants to be good. He actively wants to be good. And he's just not right now. Right? But with a GM, and it's not just that he traded Luka. Okay, we've seen owners and GMs actually get raked through the coals more than players have, right? Because they're more making decisions about the team, right? Not miss it, because most fans do kind of understand. You miss a shot, it happens. You fumble the ball, it happens. It's not just that Nico traded away Luka, blindsided, no warning. It was it's the entire PR wave that's happened afterwards that I think has pissed fans off. If Nico had just come out and said, first press conference, we're excited to have Anthony Davis, we're excited to have Max Christie, I feel this is the best move for the Dallas Mavericks moving forward, blah, 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 and then never spoke about it again, right? At least Belichick would annoy people that he would just be like, we're on to Seattle. We're on to Seattle. But it was because he didn't want to keep talking about stuff, right? He wanted to move on. Nico has refused to move on. Dumont has refused. And then there are reports that they didn't understand that there'd be this backlash, right? So it's just the entire, I feel like UNT, our PR department, should just go, the whole unit on what not to do as a sports franchise. Okay, 2025 Dallas Mavericks, right? Everything they did made things 100 times worse. So does he deserve that? Of course, no. On a very awful person level, is it kind of funny?
He spoke for everybody, because everybody, if they ever saw him, would say the exact same thing.
I guarantee you, if you saw him in public and you were wearing this shirt, you'd walk right up to him and go, you wouldn't say anything, but you would just hold it.
Yeah.
Just be like, this.
I would also tell him to go get Luka back somehow.
But when you do something like that and then I think what really pissed a lot of fans off was when he was like, I just don't understand the backlash. I have, blah, blah, blah. Like, really? You don't think that blindly trading, and I hated when people compared Micah to Luka. Micah requested a trade. Micah refused to play on the 5th-year option. He was contractually obligated to play, and he refused to do so. I didn't want to trade him. I wanted to extend him, but it's a little bit different. Luka was,
he's going to be here his entire career.
It was so inconceivable that me, Chase, Seth, who you guys have, everybody in the world thought Shams just got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
No reasonable human being went, oh, yeah, this is real. This makes sense. Nobody. I don't think I've ever seen that with sports, where every single person.
And there was no talks about anything. I mean, that was when Luka was still hurt, coming back from a strained knee.
Yeah.
But he was like a week away from returning, or 2 weeks away from returning.
Yep.
He was right around the corner, and then it just out of nowhere. I mean, it was a Friday night. Everybody's never gonna forget the day. 11 o'clock. Boom. Notification.
Brady, there's life-changing news. Well, what is it, Chase? Just check Twitter, and I went, oh, crap. Because, I know it's not good. He would tell me if it's good. He'd be like, you won't believe this. We just signed, blah, blah, blah. We just traded for Anthony Davis, and all we gave up was Maxi Kleber. You would have,
right.
You would have traded, it was just, I'm telling you, bro, you better check Twitter. And I'm like, yeah, this is fake. This is
We all
fake.
thought it was,
This is, because earlier, I want to say just a few months earlier, remember, was it Passan that got hacked? It was Passan or Heyman. One of the baseball guys got hacked, and and they were just flooding notifications. I remember this.
Judge traded. Otani traded.
Yeah, I think they did that, and I'm pretty sure.
You
can try to look it up. And so we all just thought, oh well, they got Shams now, And then when ESPN reported it, we all went, oh.
Well, but then Shams, after it was all already worse, he followed up saying, no, this is real. I'm not hacked. This is real.
But see, that's what a hacker would say. Everyone was like, a hacker would respond to the hacking allegations. It was a surreal night where a delivery driver showed up to our house, and we were like, bro, did you hear? This was like our generation.
I can't find anything on it.
This was like one of the most important events of our generation. Because we were breaking it like World War III had just started. Bro, dude, did you hear? And the guy's like, what? We traded Luka. He went, you lying. You lying, bro. No, you lying. You're and we're like, no, we're not lying. He's like, man, it was really funny. But, it's not finals or bust for the Mavs. When is Kyrie expected back?
After the All-Star break.
Okay, so
February.
Late February.
Late February.
Look, I think
he'll have about. Remember, he's not going to play every day. Obviously, coming back from an ACL injury, so he'll probably have a month of playing basketball before the playoffs if they make it.
Over under Anthony Davis makes it to Halloween.
Well, they will not be a playoff team if he does not. So.
Well, then the joke is because they only play 2 games for Halloween, so if he doesn't make it to Halloween. Look, I'm sorry, but he's, what's his nickname again? It's
Data Davis.
Yeah, Data Davis. So we'll
Street Clothes people, Shaq called him that, but Data Davis is
Street Clothes Davis. It's hey.
But look, no, I love AD. He's a great player. He's obviously a superstar. He needs to stay on the floor though. There's no sugarcoating it. He's got to stay on the floor.
Which he has very rarely done in his career. Anyway, that's your Mavs segment. We'll probably talk more about them as the season really gets probably next week.
Yeah, there's just preseason games coming up, and I'm I think they have to choose between. I don't know. Did we talk about Dennis Smith Jr. returning?
We did.
I think we did. Yeah. And so I think they have to choose between Dennis Smith Jr. or Dante Exum for that final roster spot. Other than that,
really, is there no one else that we can?
I'm not. No, because you don't want to cut Brandon Williams. He's good. I don't know I don't know the situation, but I think they would just put Smith with the legends. So if somebody gets hurt, you can just call him up.
Cut Dwight Powell.
No.
Finally,
they would never do that. But
is he's gonna go in our Hall of Fame, isn't he? He's gonna play here like 20 years.
Maz not retire his jersey, but
anyway,
whatever. Yeah.
Moving on to the Rangers, really one piece of news, the big kind of piece of news. It broke literally Friday, so the day after we recorded.
Shocking to everybody.
Skip Schumacher was named the manager of the Rangers.
Knew this 2 years ago.
A bit shocking. Well, no, last year. He only came here last year.
Oh, well, we knew this. I guess we knew this last year when they brought him.
They did not renew Bobby Wilson's contract, but I think they were mad about Heim's performance, and they just felt like we needed. And this could just be Skip wanting to bring those new guys. And we did sign one of his relievers, who's coming from Tommy John. I think it's Declan something. I can look it up right now. But he was with him in Miami. According to a lot of the Miami fans, he really liked him. Declan Cronin, to a 2-year minor league deal.
Okay.
But he's recovering from Tommy John, so he's going to miss the entire 2026. It's kind of like Mally. He's missing all of this season, and we're going to get him for next season.
Okay.
Look, I like Skip Schumacher. I was talking about it. I was calling the Ryan Alito game during when it broke. And so met Rocco Finley, by the way, because his son plays for Alito. Really, really nice guy. Never really felt short before. But he's like 2 inches taller than me. It was insane.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
Yeah.
6'5".
Anyway, so moving back to the Rangers, talking with some of the guys in the press box, you're like, so, is this really good? I'm like, well, look, the Marlins are a dumpster fire organization. They had Skip Schumacher and Kim Ng as their brain trust, and they were great. They had that that playoff team
run,
in 2023, I believe.
Yep.
When they were great. They went to play the Phillies. No one thought they were a playoff team, and they
got swept, but
they eked out a playoff appearance, which was insane. And then the next season, I think that off season, they were like, "Hey Kim, we want to hire a president of baseball ops that you'll have to answer to," and she went, "No, go screw. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna leave." So she just left. And then Skip Schumacher was pissed because she left, and then they traded away all the players, and they cut payroll. Shockingly, the Marlins did Marlins things, and Skip went after 2024. Went, peace, bye. I'm not staying for this, and then came over to be a part of our organization as an advisor. And I guarantee you, Chris Young told him, "Hey, we just lost our heir apparent in Will Venable to Chicago. Will you come be the heir apparent to Bochy and just kind of learn how we run the organization so that way you can hit the ground running?" And that's exactly what happened. I'm excited. We hired his bench coach. When we hired Ureta, everyone went, "Okay, yeah, it's Skip Schumacher." We just hired his bench coach. Come on now. The two coaching hires, you know what? I'll put 3 in there. I would love to bring back Corey Ragsdale as first base coach. But the 2 important ones, I think, are Beasley at third base, and you got to bring back Mike Maddox. Absolutely have to bring back Mike Maddox. The pitching wizard, you have to bring him back. I think he's the best pitching coach in baseball. He lives here. I think as long as he wants to, I actually don't think he's going to ever go anywhere else. I think he's hit that age where he's like, look, I don't want to have to go to, Seattle or something. I'd rather just, he lives in the DFW area. I think he likes it here. I think as long as Skip wants him, and he better, because that will actually piss me off if I find out that Skip Schumacher said I don't really want Mike Maddox. He's the best pitching coach in baseball by far. So, especially with the development of Leiter and Rocker, I really want him as part of the organization. But that's just me.
I agree.
Moving to the Cowboys. Well, you won a game. You didn't tie. No more ties. You whipped up on the Jets, exactly what you needed to do. I actually did see that the NFL starting to crack down on people who do breakdowns on Twitter. So the first week I'm starting to do it, I don't think I can do it anymore. So, yippee. I'll still probably here's the timestamp of the play. So if you want to go watch it, you can. Here's what I'm seeing on that. But very frustrating to have that happen. But anyway, O-line played fine.
Well,
Look,
for what they were working with, it was good.
It's a makeshift O-line. Dak is playing at an unreal level. Anyone that says he's not worth the money right now is lying to themselves. He's worth every dollar he's being paid right now. He's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in football. I mean, George Pickens is a freaking beast. You know, and you know what? It kind of reminds me of Kyrie Irving. And here's what I mean by that. Star player
I know where you're going with it. Yeah.
That's said some things to the media, that's kind of seen as a diva and is kind of seen as a problem. And then he comes to Dallas and he's loved by the fans and he's great. And it's funny because like you've seen the videos of like Pickens and Dak.
They're great.
I think Pickens is just so excited to not have Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett throwing him the football. Like Pickens is just like you want to make a receiver happy, get them a competent quarterback.
Yeah.
That can throw them the football. So someone should tell AJ.
Now it's the same situation with we brought Kyrie in, gotta extend him.
I think I hope we will. We'll see what Jerry does. Hopefully they quit with this. We're gonna wait for the phone to ring bullcrap.
Yeah, I hope Jerry learned. I mean, he didn't, but I hope he learned from those Micah situations.
Very curious to see if we do anything at the deadline because you've got look, the schedule coming up for the Cowboys is actually not.
If they play their best brand of football, they can win these games.
Well, not just that, but like, okay, here are your next 4 games. At Carolina, that's a win.
You hope so.
Washington at home.
That could be a win.
That could be a win. The Broncos away. That's a tough game.
But you can win it.
But then the Cardinals at home. Monday Night Football, I'll be on my cruise then. Yeah, I mean, that's a win.
They can
like,
win
you
that.
look at these next 4 games, you could – I don't use the word easily.
No,
the Cowboys
it's the Cowboys. It's the defense.
Definitely be 5-3-1. Ugh, I hate the tie. Sorry. 5-3-1. I think that's incredibly doable. And if you're 5-3-1, when's the trade deadline?
Can't be that much farther after that if it didn't already pass.
NFL trade deadline is Tuesday, November 4th. So it's the day after the Cardinals game.
After the Cardinals. So they'd have to do something that night.
If you're
okay. No, they have all day, though, that day.
So if you're 5-3-1,
yeah, you buy.
Like, you don't have a third-round pick. That's George Pickens, worth it. You have next year's 3. You've got some stuff.
You got some first.
Got some firsts. And then who are they going to go after? Well, and I don't even think you have to give up one of those top picks. I don't think the offense really needs anything. Idiots are trying to say trade for a running back. Why?
I don't know who's saying that because
Javonte's been great.
No, Javonte's been amazing.
What if Javonte gets hurt? Okay, well, by your logic, we should go trade for Patrick Mahomes just in case Dak gets hurt. Like, I'm sorry, but I've seen arguments saying, well, trade for running back 1. Well, guys, we have running back 1. His name is Javonte Williams. He's been great.
3rd leading rusher in the league.
And then someone went, well, no, but what if Javonte gets hurt? So then again, by your logic, we should go trade for a quarterback because what if Dak gets hurt?
It makes logic for every position. What if anybody gets hurt?
It makes no sense, right? Like, well, what if they get hurt? Well, yeah, it's called football. What if anyone gets hurt? Why do you think you have Blue? Why do you think you have Maffa? Why do you think you have Miles Sanders, who's hurt? Why do you think you have Maffa and Blue?
You know what I really wanted to do, and it's extremely coincidental that it happened yesterday, but for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying I want Jerry to trade for Greg Newsome. I had no idea what his contract situation was, but I knew Cleveland wasn't going to be a team that is, looking to add or whatever.
And unfortunately, he got traded to the Jags.
Yeah, literally a swap.
They did a 6 for a 7 around, but who cares?
Yeah, but I mean that's just good corner for good corner.
Well, and I think the kind of the breakdown I've seen is that Jacksonville's kind of more on a zone scheme, which is where Newsome thrives.
I mean, that's why I wanted to trade for him, because I knew he would thrive in Eberflus's defense.
Cleveland obviously thrives in cover 1 man. Jim Schwartz loves cover 1 man. And so, actually, cover 1 man is redundant. Cover 1 is always man. He loves cover 1, and Tyson Campbell's a little bit longer, a little bit faster, does better in that kind of system. I think trading for a corner, but I think why trade for a corner when someone like Stephon Gilmore's a free agent still? Like, I don't like if you want, and you also have Savone Rebel coming back. We'll trade for a linebacker. Well, Maris just played pretty well. You have Overshown coming back.
Murray's serviceable.
Murray is great when he doesn't. If he could play with a blindfold, and have someone telling him where to go, he'd be great. He's one of those guys that, like, if you play with him in Madden, he's great because you're the one controlling him. He's really fast and really good at tackling, but he struggles. He's Jalen Smith. I'm getting Jalen Smith flashbacks. And Sanborn was actually better in the Jets game before he got hurt.
But then Shamar James.
And Jamar James has played. He flashed. So I don't know if you really want to go get a linebacker.
I would say pass rush, but then
at safety, well, you got Wanye and Marquise Bell. I mean, I would love to see Marquise Bell out there. Again, corner, you got Revel and Carson coming back. I really don't see, and I understand that you could go trade for someone better than all of those guys. Well, fully understand that. I'm thinking like Jerry would, though, which is tough. It's hard. I mean, how do you think like a moron? But, well, I wouldn't call Jerry a moron. How do you think like a senile old man? So I'm like, okay, what would they try to do? Well, Cowboys have always done this, right? When they're getting guys back from injury, that's their trade deadline acquisitions, right? Overshown's their trade deadline acquisition. You got, Overshown, Carson, Revel. Revel's not really coming back. Revel's making his debut, right? You got those guys. On the defensive line, Perrion Winfrey and Peyton Turner have both not played yet. James Houston's played really well. You signed Jadeveon Clowney. You know, if you're going to trade for a pass rusher, why'd you? Bradley Chubb, I thought, made a lot of sense. I've heard his name linked to us. But I'm just kind of in that zone of, what do you go get? I was actually really intrigued by, before Flanoy finally, they allowed him to flash, and there was some Miles Austin flashbacks, number 19 in an AFC team's building. But I really thought, I can't stand, I think he's an awful person, but boy, Tyreek Hill at this offense could have been really fun if he wanted out. I mean,
he is out, but Dolphins said that they were going to release him. Now, I don't know how he's going to be in 2 years when he's back from this.
I'm very interested. I mean, can we trade for a new defensive coordinator? can we trade for like Jim Schwartz of Cleveland?
I saw someone say that Cowboys are going to make the Jets go 0-5. Aaron Glenn gets fired. You hire Aaron Glenn as your DC.
Ew, no.
Not as a DC? You wouldn't take it?
No.
I thought he was a great DC.
I never did. I was at your house. Remember, you guys have a friend that's a Jets fan, and I told him to his face, yeah, Aaron Glenn's going to be a terrible hire. You watch. Wow.
I remember that.
I'm like, I don't like him. I think that he's Antonio Pierce. He's a culture coach that can't establish a culture. And not only that, it's the Jets. And C, I never thought his defenses were actually that great. I thought he got bailed out a lot of times by having great talent, but he would, like, if you gave him inferior talent, he would never be able to coach them up. And boy, have I been proven right with that. But I mean, like, who are you going to go get at a position where you're not going to have someone coming back from an injury, right? Maybe linebacker. That could make some sense. But you really want to give up a first round? I mean, like, who are you going to get? And then, like, defensive, like, at edge, you want Ezragu to get reps. You want Houston to get reps. You know.
I say a free safety.
Which makes some sense, but Wanye played great. So
I don't know. I think if you trade for anybody elite, a safety.
I think corner. I think because Revel's a rookie. Carson, interested to see how he is in his zone scheme.
You expect Diggs to be gone probably after this season?
Probably. I think they would want to trade for someone that's controllable instead of having to draft one. Now, who fits that bill? It's a great question.
I thought Newsome. I don't know what his situation is with his contract.
He was a rental.
He's a rental for them? Yeah. So Jacks have to bring him back? Okay.
Let's trade for Will Johnson from the Cardinals. Hey, yeah, I never know. But I'm just kind of looking at it like
I'm with you.
I don't see them making a move. And the reason being, I see them saying we like our guys, and we like the guys coming back from injury instead of trading a first round pick for somebody because we don't want to put Carson or Revel on the bench. You don't want to bench Bland. You don't really want to bench Diggs right now. You don't really want to bench Houston or like if you were going to trade for an edge rusher, why'd you sign Clowney? Like, why? Are you going to trade for a receiver? Well, Flanoy looked good. Turpin has looked more involved in the offense. And Pickett, like, you're not. What are you going to go get? A running back 2 makes some sense. Not like Alvin Kamara, but I don't know.
I like to see them get Blue more involved.
You like to see Blue, but like let's say they weren't going to get Blue more involved. I don't know. The Giants seem to have struck up with Scattaboo calling about Tyrone Tracy. See if they're willing to move him for something. And because he wouldn't cost you a lot, that's not going to be a first-round pick. It'll be late-round picks.
Yeah.
Right? Call the... I know. I know. Call the Titans. Ty J. Spears. Who do they want for him? He's not hurt, is he? I'm not crazy.
He's questionable. He's been hurt. He started the season on IR.
Okay, trade a 6th-round pick for him then.
How about just get Pollard back? What about that?
Anyway, looking forward to this Panthers game. They ought to win it. I mean, the Panthers have not looked good.
They have not looked bad.
But they haven't looked bad.
They have not looked bad. They have not looked bad.
They haven't looked great. I mean, like, this is the team that you
They are definitely, they are a team that is on the up.
They're inferior to you.
But they are, if both teams play their best brand of football, I agree. But they are a team that is on the up. They have talent on both sides of the ball. They have a huge momentum wave coming in from last week, and with former Cowboy Rico Dowdle going for 290 total yards.
Except their quarterback isn't like very good right now. He's not playing well.
He's not, but he will flash.
He looks lost out there. He looks like this is Trevor Lawrence all over again. He looks lost.
I don't know. I hope the Cowboys win. I think if the Cowboys play the same way they did going into New York, I think they will win.
Well, I would hope you want the Cowboys to win.
Of course I do.
Are you rooting for the Panthers now, Chase?
No.
Are you Team Tank again this year? Not yet?
No, not at the moment, no.
Not
at the moment.
Well, and as you know, we're now in the football season. This is when I always subscribe to the Belichick philosophy of the first, especially with the preseason being what it is and everything, training camp being Charmin soft with how you hit people, right? That essentially the first 2 to 3 weeks are preseason games that count because everyone's still getting to know their team. Now you're in October, and now it's time for football season, right? Now it's time. You hoped you could stack some wins early. You got a couple. I think now it's time to really get into the season because I think every team kind of knows who they are now, and you're just trying to build it up.
A lot of things for the Cowboys though is to get healthy.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I mean,
Belichick is totally gone at UNC, and I do want to say with Belichick, people are like, is he the greatest? Yes, he's the greatest coach of all time. Yes, I love people trying to be like, well, Andy Reid's record looks like this. I'm like, okay, you're right. Andy Reid's record might be better than Belichick's. However, every time Reid played Belichick put him in jail. Beat him in the Super Bowl, and then went into his house and beat him in an AFC Championship game against a surging Mahomes, right? 2018, first year of starting. And Mahomes was he took the league by storm. Who stopped him? And people go, D Ford. No, who stopped him? Bill Belichick in that defense. And D Ford. So I'm just saying, yes, Bill is still the greatest. And with the debate, Belichick versus Brady, I still maintain it was 50-50. Still maintain. I don't care. With Brady, I look at it like this. Well, Brady won one after Bill. Cool. How many would Bill have won? Take Tom Brady, put a different quarterback on those teams. That's the thing, though. It's how do you who's your quarterback?
Matthew Stafford.
Because those teams that Belichick had were some really, really good teams. He could have won a couple in New England with some of those teams. So then what happens to Brady? Well, let's say he gets drafted by somebody. I think Brady, if given the right opportunity, could win a couple Super Bowls, of course. But they had so much success together, they needed each other. And Bill's not suited for... I said this when he got hired. Bill's not suited for the college game. I said 2 things. I said, one, if you gave him the right roster, he's going to coach circles around offenses. I think his roster sucks. I think he can't recruit. I think he's... It's funny. I think his undoing has been the noise around his girlfriend, about everything. I think Bill Belichick, the most control freak about the noise and the narrative, has completely lost that at UNC. I don't think he has the right assistant. I don't think he has anything going right for him at UNC. I think if he returned to the NFL with the right roster, they could be great. I still believe that. I think it's just like Saban when he went to the NFL. Just Saban's system didn't work in the NFL. Belichick's system doesn't work at the college game. Funny how they're so alike, but yet their systems work differently at different levels. I think Bill, if he gets hired, who does he get hired by? Well, I think if the Giants fired Daboll, they would want Bill, and Bill would go to New York. He coached there, right? I think they instantly become, with that defense, I don't even want to think about it because I think they'd be deadly. It's just that can Jackson Dart be any good? Well, let's get to week 6. The games. Eagles at Giants.
Well, you got to talk about you controlled me in week 5.
Yeah, because
you got me.
You picked the Ravens for some reason. I'm very happy you did though.
You know what? You know what? That's fine because I got him in fantasy this week. We did match up this week, and I got him.
Was that you I faced?
Yep.
Yeah, I stopped looking because I should have played Michael Carter and I didn't.
I don't think it would have mattered.
Would it? I thought it would.
I don't think I think I beat you. What did I beat you by?
You beat me by 16. I had 1580 on my bench.
But you would have taken out someone. Who would you taken out?
Ayo Manor.
Yeah, I would have won by 3 or 5 or 4.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, I benched JCM.
So I'm just saying that
It's okay. No. We had a good match. We had a good week.
We did this week.
GG.
Look, my fantasy team sucks. Okay, I had.
Well, it's hurt. It's hurt.
I had Hampton and CD, and CD's probably not going to play this week, so I have no idea who I'm going to start. Probably Flanoy, honestly.
Terry McLaurin is pissing me off.
Like this is just my team right now is Dak, Michael Carter because he actually played really well, Quinshon Judkins. I'm a genius. Drake London, DK Metcalf, Brock Bowers. He's a all the Saddam Hussein headits for Brock Bowers are completely warranted. I wasted a 3rd round pick on him. I should have picked running back. I
got like Ferg in like the 10th or something like that.
Be quiet. And then I got Lamb hurt. Rashid Shaheed inconsistent. So
no, I think your team's good. It just needs to get healthy.
Week 6, Eagles at Giants. Chase, who you taking?
Philly.
Really, not the Giants?
I hope the Giants win.
I
hope I'm wrong. You're taking the what?
I'm taking the Eagles.
Okay.
Cowboys at Panthers.
I'm gonna take the boys.
Me too.
I'm gonna take them.
Some layups to start here. Broncos at Jets. Okay, not layups. Cowboys Panthers is not a layup.
No, it's not a layup. No.
But Broncos at Jets.
Broncos.
Browns at Steelers. Coming off their bye. Mike Tomlin, thinks, 14-2 off his bye, I think I saw. He's amazing off his bye.
I'm taking Pittsburgh, but Dylan Gabriel looked really good in his debut.
He did. Rams.
You going Pittsburgh, guys?
Yes. Rams at Ravens.
Rams. Not making that mistake again.
No. I need the free.
You know what's funny is that we predicted the Ravens to go 14-3 and win the Super Bowl. They're already 1-4.
Oh my God.
Also, I was thinking about this. I keep forgetting to bring it up. But we both had Joe Burrow as our MVP for this year. Can we mutually agree to change that right now? Like right now. Pick an MVP right now to replace because Burrow's not going to qualify.
Yeah, you know what? I will allow it. Who are you picking?
I obviously want to say Dak because I think Dak can, but I'm not going to do that just because I want Dak to keep playing his brand of football.
They would never give it to Dak.
I'm going to take Matthew Stafford as my MVP.
Can I pick 2?
Sure.
Because I want a fun pick, and then Josh Allen will be my other pick. I'm vanilla, but I think Baker Mayfield's got an outside chance too. Cardinals at Colts.
Colts, look at them.
Seahawks at Jaguars.
Seahawks.
I agree. Chargers at Dolphins.
Chargers.
I agree. Patriots at Saints.
Patriots.
What a game from New England. So excited for them. Titans at Raiders. It's the Tank Bowl. I'm
gonna take the Raiders.
Me too. But I mean, it's close, isn't it?
Titans getting that win. Oh my gosh. Last week.
Maybe
don't celebrate when you're at the 1 yard line. I don't know why people still do that.
I'll never understand it.
I don't get it. Get in the end zone.
I'll never understand it.
That actually lost them the game.
I'll never understand it. I will never understand the cost benefit analysis of
dropping the
ball. Not even that, holding it out like that. Because if Snead was half a yard faster, he punches it out.
Yeah.
Finish the run.
I just don't get it. Just run in the end zone. I mean, celebrate after. Like, who's next?
49ers at Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
I think I already put it down for you, actually.
Okay.
I knew you were going to pick. Bengals at Packers.
Joe Flacco playing the we're going to talk about that. the Bengals traded for Joe Flacco.
They did trade for Joe Flacco, and I think that
and it's the second he's playing the Packers for the second time in a month because he beat them in Cleveland. But I don't think he'll be able to do that this time, especially with the Packers coming off bye. So I'm going to take the Bengals.
Okay, so Lions at Chiefs.
Detroit.
Bills at Falcons.
Bills.
I don't see any disagreements here. Bears at Commanders.
Washington.
We have no disagreements this week.
Well,
Kind of boring. Thank you, Chase. So happy you're back. Makes it boring.
I mean, it's just there's nothing that's. I mean, there's a couple of games that can go 50-50.
The Seahawks one I thought might be disagreement, but
Panthers being at home.
Yeah.
If I wasn't at I mean,
look, the Panthers are a good team. This isn't like no longer am I going to be. We're going to beat the bricks off this team. No, we're not going to boat race anybody. But this is a game that you should win, and I think you could win. And as long as you play your game of football, you can win the game.
Just not the defense. Defense versus the Jets is what they need to do.
Go Stars.